Dave, first just with Shohei Ohtani, he talked about how, today did feel like a grind for him. What were you seeing just from how he started this one and how he was able to navigate through the line and push through and really kind of end on a higher note when it came to his outing?
It was a grind. You can see it. He just didn't feel synced up with his delivery. You can see by the misses. He was fighting himself, the entire outing. But obviously the compete comes into play, the stuff comes into play, and, he found a way to get through 6 innings, giving up 1 run, and pretty impressive, to be quite honest, with given, how he felt. And, you're not going to feel great every day, but to his credit, he found a way to, give us length and exit with a lead.
Did it feel like this game as a whole was just a bit of a grind offensively, defensively, as well as on the mound?
I thought, early on, obviously, we let Cease off the hook, getting doubled off. And, he didn't have his stuff early, and we gave him an opportunity to get back into the game. Gave those guys life. And then, right there, then it was like we had some opportunities to get some hits, and we couldn't cash in. And, after Shohei's outing, there were some bad walks by the guys in the pen, and, unfortunately, they led to runs.
Do you think if Will had to do it all over again, he would pocket the ball instead of throwing it to second with Schneider at third in the 8th?
No. I think that, it was a ball that I know that, Miggy would love to have back and hold on to. That's baseball. That happens, and there's no one more sure-handed than Miggy. But, yeah, I thought it was the right play. The guy wasn't going, and if he holds on to it, he's out.
What did you think of Miggy's defense all day?
Fantastic. He played great defense, and getting the Sanchez ball and getting Guerrero out at third base on the tag play. The ball too is coming in. I mean, there's just a lot of plays that he made that kept us in the ball game. So he played a heck of a ball game.
When it came to Shohei Ohtani today, he was saying that he did feel like he was grinding, just kind of on the mound. What were you seeing from him, especially just kind of how the stuff was playing and how he had to kind of work through those at-bats?
Yeah, I thought he pitched well. I think it was more just grinding through his command. He was kind of all over the place early. He kind of settled in later in those later innings. Yeah, stuff looked good. Just kind of the command today, which happens. I thought he did a good job competing and, limiting him to 1 run.
Did it feel like just as you were kind of, even with him, the bullpen, that in general this game kind of just felt like a grind when it came to the pitching staff?
Yeah, I mean, they're a good team. We kind of put it to them the last few days, but they're a good team. They put together good at-bats. Their pitchers were throwing the ball well today, kept them in it, and, yeah.
When you have a situation with runners on the corner, like in the 8th, like kind of what's the read on those plays, and was that kind of, you look back on like the right decision and just kind of the wrong result there?
Yeah, I mean, we talk about it all the time. That play is called from the dugout. We thought he was going to get an out right there. I've been big out in that situation, obviously. Yeah, a little bit of throw would have got him.
With the ABS challenge early, did you think Shohei was going for it on the mound, or was that one?
Yeah, okay. One, it was a high target, then he pulled the heater down. I thought it was there. Yeah.
Not seem to have his usual command today.
What's that?
Drier when he came in.
Yeah. They hit a couple sliders. Just couldn't get it down. Was leaving it up. Yeah, I expect bounce back outing from him next time.
Just knowing what Miggy was going through today, what was it like to see him pushing to be in there?
Yeah, that's cool. Obviously, there's nothing worse than losing a family member like that. So he's going through emotions. He's going through the process of recovery and all that, and healing and processing that. So we're here for him. He seemed all right today. It's always good to have him out there on the field.